We are back with another sneaker review. The sneaker for today is the Yeezy 350 DV2 Beluga colorway. Now, the difference between this Beluga and the Beluga that came out in 2016 is really that these are reflective. So let's just kind of get into the history of the shoe. You really actually have to break down the fact that this was the first colorway of the 350 V2, the OG colorway. We can characterize this sneaker colorway as having a major twist featuring predominantly a gray prime knit in the upper, and then an orange side stripe that is marked with supply-350, which back then was kind of seen as strikingly similar to the Nike swooshes, but obviously this is an Adidas sneaker. Right. Interwoven throughout this knit, this prime knit, are some fibers that are reflective. So that kind of enhances the visibility in more low light conditions. So if you want to go walking or go jogging at night, lights from cars will reflect. Drivers will be able to see you in these Yeezys, all right? You will be visible, and you will also be
stepping on the post.
You'll also know, obviously, there is the Adidas branding, very subtle branding across most of the Yeezy 350 V2s. There's also branding, if you can look carefully, the Adidas Yeezy logo in the insole, on the insole, as well as Boost in our outsole. Got these in a size 12 and a half. Generally for Yeezy 350 V2s, you definitely want to go up a size. Some may argue that you should go a full size up. I normally would do that, but I kind of wanted a more snug fit with this pair. Just wanted to try it out. I know I will do fine with a size 13, but you will definitely do fine with going a full size up from your normal sizing, right? I definitely recommend. You want to go half a size? Sure. It might be a little more snug than you're used to, but a full size up, you probably can't go wrong. Don't know why Adidas really messed up on the sizing. Maybe that's Yeezy, I don't know. So you have basically an OG colorway of the Yeezy 350 V2 with a slight twist, right? Just the fact that there is 3M throughout this prime knit build. I will say that these, as a colorway, were some of the most polarizing at the time. Part of that has to do with the fact that back then, orange was just starting to kind of make a sort of hype beast trend, and it was kind of, I think, described as millennial orange, so sort of the type of orange you find in traffic conditions and traffic stops. And I think both Kanye, also known as Ye now, and Virgil Abloh, rest in peace, Virgil, definitely played around with these very vibrant colors. You know, it was either you hate it, you love it, but this as a silhouette was really what changed the trajectory of Yeezy in terms of being a lifestyle sneaker. I've discussed this in the past. Yeezy 350 V1s, of course at the time they weren't called V1s because there wasn't a V2. They had very terrible durability. The outsoles too often would crack as a result of not having a strong enough rubbery outsole. The boost just really wasn't enough for it to actually stand out as a day-to-day shoe. And then lastly, there just weren't enough colorways. Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest as far as comfort, I'd give these like a 7.5. They're not the least comfortable. Easily, you know, if we were to think about, you know, these being the adversaries to something like a Jordan 1 and Nike, these would definitely be considerably more comfortable. I will say, like I've always said,
hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down.
Durability is not perfect on these. In fact, over time, if you wear these a couple of years and you actually wear them like, you know, regular people would wear them like shoes, they will start to erode. Like those outsoles will start to erode. You will see more exposed boost, and before you know it, the shoe just doesn't look the same. As far as staying in tip-top shape and staying colorful and bright and clean looking, I think this is probably one of the easier shoes to keep in good condition because it's got a darker colorway than most of the Yeezy silhouettes. You know, before the zebras, this was kind of like the blueprint for the Yeezy 350. This was the blueprint that kind of, I guess, more or less inspired the zebra, right? If you look at the zebra colorway, and you look at all those different stripes and patterns, you'll see that the only major difference is that the colorway scheme is black and white as opposed to gray and orange. Yeah, I think this is where it all began. I think if anyone wanted to style Yeezy 350 V2s, this would probably be one of the hardest ones to style. Reason number one, outside of the fall, it's kind of hard to match these with the environment. I mean, actually, if you look outside, you can see that there's sort of a orange or brownish tint there that definitely complements this shoe. But outside of this sort of like, you know, fall or wintry model of the atmosphere, it's kind of difficult to see oneself wearing these on feet. Secondly, orange is not the easiest color to work with. Orange, particularly this kind of orange, is very bright, somewhat overbearing. I think it's a really cool shoe for the fall and winter. The unfortunate part, and this is something I've also shared, is that the outsoles tend to not keep your feet warm when you're actually on super cold concrete or super cold road. In that sense, it's the ideal colorway for the fall, but the shoes themselves are not built for the fall. So that's kind of this sort of catch-22, right? I wouldn't want to wear this colorway in this spring because they just don't look like spring or summer colors. I mean, that said, I guess you could make the orange work in the summer, but you know, you guys tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. Listen, there's a lot that's happened with Yeezy. I'd love to really see how long the Yeezy 350 V2 silhouette actually lasts in terms of hype, in terms of just aesthetic. Is this what you're looking for? Is this what you want to put on feet? I think there are a lot of loud colors on some colorways that just don't really cut it. Is this one of them? Or is this one that you can really make your own? So, you know, you let me know. As it always is, thank you. Look forward to sharing more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.